Hey everybody, this is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. Welcome to a new playthrough video. Today I am on turn 13 of 5 Parsecs from Home. This is the battle report. My crew will be going up against some pirates. I'm outnumbered but not outgunned. That's about how I would summarize this. There are 6 of them, 5 thugs, 1 lieutenant, 1 specialist, and a unique called a Gene Dog, which is this orange one right here. That one will stay near the lieutenant. It's sort of his pet. Now, they are aggressive, all of them, so they tend to want to stay together within 1 inch of each other, and they do want to enter brawl when they can. My goal is to try and not let them even get close enough for a brawl. Now, I unfortunately have to start out with just 4 crew. I have 2 that are left off. I'm leaving Blue Eyes and Freak off the map. At the end of at the end of this first turn, I will roll a die, a d6, and if it's less than or equal to the turn number, I can bring one of my missing crew members in. So that's going to hurt a little bit. But we'll see how that plays out. Now, what I'm doing today is this is a manufacturing area. My crew has been hired by a competitor of this company to do some destruction. So they have to get to 3 specific structures. They have to get within 2 inches of the structure to plant the bomb. And then, of course, they need to get off. Now, they could choose to hold the field by eliminating the enemy here. The enemy has a low morale. They will panic on a 1 to 3. So the pirates, they're not all that convinced about their skills. So before I begin, I have to do a few rolls. First one is I need to determine which of the buildings are the ones, or the structures are the ones I need to touch. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't have a D8 with me, so I'm just going to roll a D10, and I'll re-roll duplicates, and I'll re-roll 9s and 10s. So I rolled a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the center one, what I'm going to do is put a, what could I put on it? I will put a token. Hold on just 1 second. Just going to put a small wooden token to indicate that is one of the targets. All right, second target is 2. 1, 2, it's this one. Third target is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I lucked out that 1's close to me, 1 is in the middle, and 1 is over here, sort of farther away. I'm going to move it a little further away to make it a challenge. All right, so that is what I am going up against today. Before we begin, I need to see if I seize the initiative. And you roll 2d6. You add them together, and if it's greater than 10, you get to do a free move. You also add the highest savvy. Now, 6 is in the crew. He's got +2, so I add +2 to this. I rolled a snake eyes, so a 4 is not going to get me a seize the initiative. So let's go ahead and begin with the reaction roll. I'm only rolling 4 dice because I only have 4 crew on the table. I'm looking for 1s and 2s, and I got none. So it is the enemy phase. So there is no fast phase right now. So the enemy will get to move first. Now the enemies, all of them move 5 except for the dog, which moves 6. But the dog is going to stay with one of the characters, and I ruled that it's the lieutenant's dog. So they are going to get first move, and since they move 5 and they're aggressive, let me read out to you what the aggressive, how they behave. The different crew types that you go up against, they have a behavior. Now for aggressive, with opponents in sight, they will advance at least half a move attempting to remain in cover. If they don't see my crew, which right now they do not, Unable to see any opposition of which are within 12, they will advance as fast as possible towards the nearest opponent. All right, so they're going to move right down the center lane. They will not enter a brawl with an opponent that has a higher combat, which is pretty much all my guys. Heavy weapon figures will not move. There's no heavy weapons in that group. So they're going to move. The lieutenant is going to tell them to take the ground. So they're going to move all 5, and because they can move an extra 2, since they don't see me, they're going to move 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this one up front will move 6, and then an extra inch for 7. Now, just so you know, the dog is the orange, the lieutenant is big blue with the rifle, and the specialist is, I think I said he was, which one is the specialist? Is this one with yellow eyes? Where was he? Where did I do with him? Oh, no, that was the specialist. Sorry. Specialist is moved with the yellow eyes, and the lieutenant is back here. So everybody's going to move 7 inches, so 6 and an extra. And then these will just sort of be back in the back. And they all are going to be about an inch apart. So I'm going to spread them out. The lieutenant is coming in the back. He'll stay right with his dog. And so they already own the center of the field, which that's typically what I prefer to do first. But okay. There's also a lot of blocking of line of sight. Everything on this table, this is all taller than the miniatures. So there's a lot of line of sight blocked. All right, it is now the slow phase. It is my turn. So my crew obviously can't see them, and they don't. But my crew, I'm cautious. I want to stay hidden. So I'm gonna send my 2 best crew, Huala and Vey. They are my most deadly. I wish it was the captain, but the captain has the most deadly weapon, I think. But Vey and Huala are my crack shots, and they're very tough. So I'm going to send Vey. Vey can move 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can get over here, and he can get in cover. But thankfully, this one right here, which is just a thug, is out in the open. There is no cover between him and Vey. So I am going to take that shot. Also, Vey has moved near the first objective. So we've got the bomb planted here. Or he'll have to do that on his next turn. He's not going to do it this turn. So let's see. He will shoot. Actually, the problem is after he shoots, the lieutenant will have a straight shot. But the lieutenant does not have a good weapon. He has a clean fire pistol, which only has a range of 12. And I'm pretty confident that is out of range. So, yeah. All right, so he will take the shot. Now, Vey has a needle rifle. He has +2 combat. This is open, so that's a 5 or higher to hit. He has +2, so he's got to roll a 3 or higher to hit, and he gets 2 shots, and he crits on a 6. I keep forgetting he has the bipod, which is +1 to hit, so he has +3. So he's just got to roll a 2 or higher to hit. And I rolled a 3 and a 3. Both of them would have hit without the bipod, but they do hit. No crits. So the toughness of this individual, he gets 2 stunned, unless he gets knocked out. 2 hits, and his toughness is a 4. So if one of these dice is it meet or beat? I always forget. Firing, damage. Target limit if it's a 6 or equals or exceeds toughness. So it's equals or exceeds. So all I got to do is roll a 4 on one of these. I rolled a 4 and a 2. So I take this guy out, which is very good for Vey. Nice first clean shot. And I'm going to leave Vey here probably to plant the bomb and also provide cover fire. Now, let's see. I want Huala to get to cover. Now, unfortunately, no matter where Huala moves, he's not going to get a clean shot. But Vey has radioed that he sees them sort of massing in the center. So I'm going to get Huala, and he's going to get out. He can move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But he's going to move. He's going to double move and get behind these crates right here for cover. So he is moved. This is what I love about the captain's weapon. Captain does not require line of sight. He just picks a point, and anything within that range can do it. So it is going to require me to put the captain in a little bit of a risk, but I'm going to do it. The captain can move up to 5. So what I'm going to do is I am going to move him out. Well, I can move him all this way. 5. I'm going to move him over here into cover. And he can actually he can actually see the lieutenant and the dog. Wow, this game is a little easier than I thought. I can aim and try to take out that lieutenant and the dog in one stinking shot. I could, and I'm going to do it. He has what's called a shell gun. Now let me look up. I always have to remember about the shell gun because it's got some weird rules, but it's powerful because it's like an area effect weapon. So the shell gun has a range of 30. This is 24 across, so he's well within range. And the shell gun is like a standalone grenade launcher. All right, so the way this works is it gets 2 shots. It's heavy. There's a -1 penalty for moving. So he did move. So he's -1. The captain is +2 combat. So basically he's now +1. Let's see. You know what I forgot to do was assign that weapon, that sight that I got. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I'll probably assign that to one of these two. Let me get caught up here. So he's -1 to hit, and he picks. It's an area. So resolve all shots against the initial target. They cannot be spread. Then resolve 1 bonus shot against every figure within 2 inches. So here's the deal. If I pick right here, if I pick him as the target, 2 inches is going to get the dog, him, not him. So there's a chance it'll get 3 figures with 1 grenade launch. All right. But he's -1 to hit, and he gets 2 shots. So he'll shoot them both. So I've got to roll a, let's see, he's in the open. I can see him, no cover. So that's a 5 -1 is a 4. So I have to roll a 4 or higher to hit with one of the shots. I rolled a 6, which is not a crit for this weapon. So one of them hits. It does hit him, so he gets an automatic stun. Let's see if it kills him. The toughness of the lieutenant is also 4. So I just got to roll a 4 higher. I rolled a 6, so I took out the lieutenant. Wow. There's no doubt that my crew has reached a point where they're dangerous. And I like that. I may start doing what they call the red, I can't remember what it's called. The red, let me look it up. There's these more advanced missions you can take. The problem with those is they pay better, but they're more deadly. And I'm not sure if I want to reach into that. Can't find it right now. Anyway, red and black zone jobs. We'll look it up later. All right, so the captain just did good. Now he also gets to see if he hits the dog. Now the dog's toughness is 4, and the dog has a +1 combat, which doesn't really matter. So it is a 4 or higher to hit with the grenade. I rolled a 3, so it missed. Actually, his hit. No, it was just to hit that guy. So this is just a standard to hit. So the guy with a sword, who's a thug, is also 4 or higher, and I rolled a 1, so he misses. The only one left is 6. 6 has a military rifle with 1 shot. He can move. What can he move? He can move 4. No, his speed is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. So he's just going to get over here behind cover. He's going to go around. He's going to try to go around. Remember, I don't know how many there are. I'm sort of playing this as my guys are still going to be very defensive because I don't know how many there are. So I missed both of these, so neither one of them get a stun token. All right, that is the end of the fast round. It is now morale. So 2 characters went. I roll 2d6. On a 1 to 3, a creature will, now the dog becomes fearless. He will not flee. Neither will the unique individual. Well, that is the unique individual. All right, so on a 1 to 3, on either one of these dice or both, one or more of the thugs, these are remaining thugs, are going to flee. And I rolled a 2 and a 6. So one thug is going to flee. It's the one closest to the back line. I think that's what it is. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure that that it's morale. Let's see, morale. Panic fire. No, panic fire. And the character map. No. Let me look it up in the appendix here because I want to make sure I get this right because it could make a difference. There is no index in the back of this book. All right, morale. At the end of each round, dice that are equal to it cause one figure to bail, but it doesn't. See page 114. Okay, here we go. 114. Running away. Okay. Casualties, panic range. Apply each figure starting with the figure closest to the enemy battlefield edge. Okay, so it is. So this one will flee. He is gone. So that was good. Now the dog becomes what they call fearless, which fearless says some enemies are fearless. They will never bail. These troops do not have morale dice applied to them. Simply skip them and add. Okay, so that is it. But he's got claws. He's gonna run and try to kill my captain, who he sees now, or he knows where that. Can he see him? Yeah, he's in cover, partial cover, but he can see the captain. All right, that is the end of round 1. Let me double check real quick because my character, my crew found a weapon, not a weapon, a scope that I was going to apply to one of these characters, and I don't think I did it. The gun sight, Unity battle sight is +1 to hit. So I'm going to give that to, do I give it to Blue Eyes or do I give it to Freak? Freak is +1 combat, Blue Eyes +1 combat. Toughness of 4. I'm going to give it to Blue Eyes. He's got a lower toughness, so I want him to be, if he aims at something, I need him to be able to take it out. So I'm going to give Freak. Freak has got the, what do they call it? The Unity battle sight. Unity battle sight. So he's at +2 to hit. All right, there we go. Now it is reaction phase. Actually, it's turn 2. So now if I roll a 1 or a 2 on this dice, one of these guys can come in. I rolled a 4, so they're still out. All right, so let me roll reactions. I need 1s or 2s. I got a single 2. And I'm going to give that to, I usually give it to Vey or Huala. If I give it, well, I have to give it to Vey because Huala has a reaction of 1. I could give it to the captain, Vey, or the robot. The captain could shoot again. I like the well, Huala. No, I can't give it to Huala. It's got to be, let's give it to Vey. All right, I'm going to give the 2 to Vey, and everyone else will move in the slow phase. So what Vey's going to do is, Vey is going to, he cannot see the dog. Huala cannot see the dog. So, let me think. But the dog can see the captain, but I didn't give it to the captain. So, what I'm going to do, Vey is going to do Overwatch. He's going to defer his fast movement to the slow movement unless a target moves in sight, and then he will take his shot. He only gets 1 shot. Well, no, that's not true. He's got a 2-shot weapon, so he could fire. I am going to now roll for the thugs and the dog. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll randomly for this. So, no, I'm not. They know that the fire came from this side. So they're going to go this way, but they still don't see anybody over here, so they're going to move their full movement. The dog will move 6 + 2 is 8. So the dog will go straight shot 6, 1, 2, and he's right here on the opposite side of Huala. Now these guys right here move 5 + 2, so this one can move 1, 2, well, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2. He'll move right here, and he's gonna stay put and see what he sees. This one right here is gonna go. He wants cover, so he's gonna move over here and hide behind the this for cover. As a matter of fact, no, he cannot see 6. That's blocking. All right. So I don't really have any open shots. So Vey will have to move in the slow fades. Captain, well, you know what? The captain can see him. He's in cover, but he could do it. So now it's slow phase. Captain is going to take a shot. He's going to pick this character. Now the captain didn't move, so he doesn't do the -1 penalty, but he is behind cover, so that's a 6 to hit, and the captain is a combat of +2, so he needs to roll a 4 or higher. I rolled a 6, so he did hit, who gets a stun. Now let's see if it gets to his toughness. Toughness of 4, and I rolled a 5, so he takes another one out. And, ooh, that was good. So the captain has fired. So he moved. He did. Vey saw this movement, but he was on Overwatch, wasn't he? You know what? That's all right. This guy sprinted. I'm gonna let it go. I should have been able to take a shot when he was right here, but that's all right. So Vey knows where he is. So Vey's going to move his full 6 + 2 is 8, so he can move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He'll move 5 and 3. So he's right here. He's going to try to flank him from the side. All right. Vey moved. Now, Huala. The captain said, I saw he radios, I saw one. There's a dog near you. Huala is going to move here. And when he sees the dog, he will take a shot. Now, the good news is he's within 6 inches of the dog. The dog has no cover. That's a 3 to hit. And Huala is +2. So he's going to hit. And he gets how many shots? He's got a 2-shotter. So a 4 and a 1. I'm going to treat the 1 as a miss. Just to give the dog a fighting chance. So he does hit the dog. Dog gets a stun. And the dog's toughness is 4. So let's see. And I rolled a 1. So he's okay. But he is stunned. So he'll only get 1 action on his next turn. 6 is going to continue to try for the targets. So he's going to go 4 + 2. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2. He'll move up here. He's double moved, so he can't fire at the dog, but he's rushing up to here. So moved. That is it for all of my characters. That is the slow phase. This is the end of round 2, so there is a battle event, and then I'll roll for. Did I kill anybody this turn? I did. There's a morale roll, so this guy. No, that guy might run. So we'll do that in just a second, though. So let me do the morale. All right, so on a 1 to 3, he flees, and he's a 3, so he bugs out. He's like, I had enough of that, and I also need to do the Battle 2 event, and these aren't always good. Some of them are good, some aren't bad. It's on page 116. It's a D100. I'm going to roll a D100. Green is high. I rolled a 44. Cunning plan. In the next round, do not roll initiative. Each of your crew may act in the quick or slow phase as you desire. Excellent. All right. That's a good one. All right, so end of the turn. Let me see if it's turn 3, right? Now it's turn 3. Let's see if one of these guys comes back. 2. I'm going to bring Blue Eyes back, and I can't remember. Is there a place I have to place them? Let me look at patrol. Oh, actually, you know what? It wasn't patrol. It was the job type, which said it was delayed. They may be placed at any point of your own battlefield edge. So I will put him right here in the middle. So Blue Eyes has showed up, not Freak. I need to get Freak on there because I want him participating, but I don't think he's going to, because once the last creature's killed, the game is over. and he won't have been in the battle, so he won't get XP. All right, so it is now turn 3, and guess what? All my characters can move in the fast phase if they like. So what I'm going to do is Huala is going to take 2 shots at the dog. He fires. He is not moved, so he gets +1. He's +2 combat. He's within 6 inches, so that's a 3 + 2. He'll hit on anything but a 1. And I rolled 2 hits, and the dog dies on a 4 or higher. I rolled a 6, so the dog is out. So that was one of the fastest games I have ever played, which definitely tells me that my crew is getting powerful, more powerful than my opponents. It also tells me that I may need to ramp up the complexity of the game by looking at some more dangerous missions. So here's what happens. The crew, 6 continues to move up. He places the bomb. Huala covers the center section. The captain from his spot moves up, plants the bomb. Vay gets high, says, I don't see any of the crew. Everybody bug out, and everybody heads for the ship before the bombs go off and the key critical structures are destroyed, and they succeed. All right, that is it for the battle report. Now, what I'm going to do is take a real quick break and go get me a drink, and then I will be right back to roll up the post-battle rolls. Stay tuned. All right, time for some battle reports. Now, this was an opportunity job. This was going to be their swan song for this planet. So this is going to be a very, very good, there's a lot of things going on here. So first off, it was +3 credits for the job. Just because, I forget what it was. That was just the opportunity. Take an opportunity job, you get +3 credits. There was a curious item, roll on the loot table, so I found a hand laser. And since I held the field, and what I did, I forgot to put that in the center. What you do is you put it in the center and you roll 2d6 + 2 inches, and it would be somewhere around here. So when they look around, they found the hand laser. The other thing was, because I was fighting a criminal element, I got another +3 credits, and I get a plus loot roll if I hold the field, which I did. So I'll get 2 loot, or I'll get 2 loot rolls for that. And then finally, there was something else. +3 credits plus a loot the field. Take an opportunity to deploy. Okay, I think that was it. Yeah. So let's go ahead and roll it up. I'm going to be starting on page. This is the post-battle rolls, which starts on, page 119. So resolve the rival status. Well, the criminal elements, it doesn't matter if they become a rival. On a roll of 1 or 2, they do not. So resolve the patron status. I didn't take a patron job, so that doesn't matter. Not doing the quest. All right, here we go. Get paid. Because I won the mission, a 1, 2, or 3 counts as a 3. So this is my payment for the job, 4. So I get +4 credits for payment. There was no hazard pay, nothing like that for this. It was just a straight-up job. Battlefield finds. I did hold the field, so I get to roll a D100 to see what I find on the field. And that's an 80, which is vital info. Turn in this information to a corporate if the enemy is invaded. If you instead you find this, earn 1 credit. Turn in this information to get a corporate patron on this world. Well, I don't care. So that's, I will. Fine. I get a corporate patron. So now I have 4 patrons on this world. So if I ever decide to come back to this world, I got a lot of patrons that are going to be wanting to hire me. All right. Check for invasion. This was not an invasion world. Gather the loot, page 131. All right. So I get 2 loot rolls. First one is 61, which is gear. And the other loot roll for the finishing the opportunity was a 98, which is a reward. I have no idea. I've never had one of those. All right, so the gear. Let's do the gear, which is on page 132. I rolled an 81, which is a utility item. And the utility item has a chart on page 133. 24, which is a displacer. I don't know what that is, but let's go check it out. What is a displacer? It sounds cool. Displacer. Usable once per mission instead of moving. Aim anywhere. The character teleports to a point 1d6 away in a random direction. If the teleport would end up within a solid obstacle, the device fails and must be repaired. The character emerges at the same height as the aiming point, which may cause them to fall if they emerge in open air. The character may take a combat action after teleporting. If used by a precursor, and I do have a precursor, his name is They. If used by a precursor, you may establish 2 landing points and select either. Well, guess what? They has got the displacer. That's awesome. I don't know. I mean, why not? I'll have to remember to use it. All right, now let's do the reward. The reward is page 131. Reward is on page 134. These aren't all that great. I mean, some of it's money, some of it's rumors. I don't need rumors. What I need is credits and story points. I got a 30. 30 is D6 credits. All right, D6 credits. 4 credits, so plus 4 cred. So I've got 3, 6, 10. All right, I did the extra loot. 3, 6, 10, 14. I got plus 14 credits for this opportunity thing. All right, so the reward. Determine injuries. No injuries. Although on the next turn I will get to bring in. Blue Eyes was injured, so it would have to be. Freak came in, and then maybe Droon. I left Freak in. I left Blue Eyes in the med bay. Sorry about that. He didn't do anything. All right, so let's see. That was determine injuries. Didn't need it. Next is XP. Okay, here's where it's going to matter. Became a casualty. None. Survived but did not win. No. Survived and won. So all get plus 3 except Droon. And I'll take, since I messed that up, I'm going to take Freak out. He doesn't get it either. Except Droon and Freak. First character to kill someone was Vey. So Vey gets plus 1 XP to Vey for first kill. Killed a unique. Who did the unique was Huala. Plus 1 XP to Huala for the unique. And that is it. As usual, I'm not going to deal with how my abilities increase right now. Instead, what you'll want to do is download my crew roster and read the notes for pre-battle or notes for post-battle to see how I spend XP and stuff like that. Invest in advanced training. Well, right now I have 17 plus 40. I have 31 credits. I've never had that much before. It says you can also pay using unspent XP. Somebody had to remind me of that, and I forgot about that. But advanced training. The cheapest advanced training is merchant school and security. Security says, if this crew is part of your squad, you may add plus 1 for seize the initiative. Ferals obtain it at minus 2 cost. Merchant school, when the crew member trades, you may re-roll 1 trade roll. I don't know. Pilot training. You know what I may do? I may use some of my credits to upgrade my robot because he can't use XP, only credits. I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, lastly, purchase. And I'm going to do that. Purchase, you can spend 3 credits to get a roll on military weapon, gear, or gadget. I think this time I'm going to do gadgets. Page 28, 29. So I'm going to do them one at a time, see what I get. So I'm going to spend minus 3 credit on a roll on the gadget table. So let's do that. I rolled a 51, which is a repair bot. Repair bot. All right, I don't know what a repair bot does, but I'm sure it repairs. Let's take a look and see if I can find out what that does. A repair bot is plus 1 to all repair attempts. All right, I'll take it. 28, 29. Let's do, I'm going shopping. Minus 3 credit. Let's do a gear. I did a gadget that time. Let's do a gear. That is a 60, which is a hazard suit. I think I already have one of those. Didn't I give it to the captain? I think I did. I gave it to somebody. I have a hazard suit. And the hazard suit, just so you know, is hazard suit. If the character takes a hit from an environmental hazard, they receive a 5+ saving throw. That's okay. I'm still going to have somebody wear it. And then, do I want to do a military weapon? I keep hoping to buy, I don't know. Shell gun's not an option. Is it? No. You can't buy a shell gun. I guess you have to find it. Well, no, I guess somewhere you can buy it, because obviously I have one. I think I found it. I think that's what it was. I found it on a random roll. Okay. I'm going to do one more gear. -3, so -9, so that's 9. 31 minus 9 is 22. I'm down to 22 credits, and the last gear table is a 58. A hazard suit. I'm re-rolling. I'm going to burn a story point. 53, grapple launcher. Well, that's fine. I already have one of those, and I never use it, but that's good enough. Okay, the repair bot can be useful. The grapple launcher could be useful to gain the high ground. All right, that is it for the purchases. Let's go and do the event. And let's see. So I did the purchase item. Roll for campaign event on page 126. Campaign event is 51, which is you've earned a bit of a bad reputation. If you know any patrons on the current world, randomly select one that will no longer work with you. So I have 4. So I remember it's wealthy, secretive, and then corporate. Wealthy, secret, corporative. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's just roll a d6. Let's re-roll it again. 6. Come on. Roll a 1 through 4. 5. This is unreal. Come on. This dice must be bad. 4. There we go. So I lost the corporate patron. So I'm back down to 3. All right. No worries. And then a character event. The character event always scares me. I rolled a 47, which is time spent exercising plus 2 XP to a random character. And the random character is 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 6 characters here. So let's just do random. 1 is Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes gets plus 2 XP to Blue Eyes. So while he was in Med Bay, he really was not in Med Bay. He was exercising while all these guys were out defending the captain. All right, that is it for turn number 13. Now, yes, I am very seriously considering going and doing one of these red zones. Let's take a look at what this is. Okay, when your crew has attained enough fighting, you may find that normal jobs are not holding sufficient challenge. That's correct. Once this is the case, you may apply for a red job. To do this, you must meet the following requirements. Have played 10 turns. I've played 13. Pay a 15 credit license. Man, a broker can reduce it by 2. Well, that knocks me down to 7 credits. And you must have at least 7 crew members at the time of application. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sell the hazard suit and the grapple launcher for 1 credit each. So that takes me up to 24, and then I'm going to pay the 15. So now I'm down to 9 credits. 9. And it says you must have at least 7 crew. So I have at least 7 crew. So now I have the license. When traveling, you may opt to visit a world in a red zone. On such a world, all missions are assumed to be red jobs regardless of their type. Red zones are high risk, intended to provide substantial challenge. Red jobs, normal game rules apply, include checking if the opponents retreat. The following additional rules apply. There's a threat condition that you must roll. There's a time constraint, which is about round. All red jobs are fought under a time constraint. At the end of round 6, roll a d6 on this table. And usually it just means time's running out. Increased opposition, invasion threat, improved rewards. And then it gets into black jobs, which I'm not ready for yet. So I tell you what I'm going to do. For the next video after this one, which will be the pre-turn 14 rolls, I'm going to take a red job, and I'll do it using the book. I'll go back and examine those special rules for red zones, and we'll see what's going to come up next. All right. Well, that was a fun way to wrap up turn 13. Got a substantial payout, some great loot, some good XP. They obviously have earned themselves a name, but they want some more money. So they've made their plea to the captain to maybe check the job boards for some more hazardous jobs. And the captain's like, you got it. So we'll see what happens with them in the next video. But until then, this is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. Thanks for joining me on this probably last game of normal play with the Tristani Zoo crew. You'll be able to download my updated roster sheet in a link in the video description below. Until then, I'll be back with the next video. Everybody, take care.